A. Items intrinsic to the garment. Items intrinsic to the garment. Certain articles are considered intrinsic parts of the garment, and the garment to which these articles are attached may be worn outdoors, even if the articles are not serving any functional need. Buttons used to fasten the coat are intrinsic part of the coat. Okay. So I mean, can you wear the coat without buttons? Yes, but people would see you that there is something wrong when buttons are missing, right? It's usually not a good sign of a person. Like the person is a mess. Like people who don't watch after themselves, like that's they would have the buttons missing. Okay. Right, but otherwise it's intrinsic part of the coat. Accordingly, it is permitted to wear a coat outdoors, even if it's unbuttoned. For unused buttons are nevertheless part of the coat. So that's simple. I mean, it's simple, but we need the definition, because people look at the garment and the coat and see what is the difference. So this is part of it's not part of the coat. It was added to the coat. So first they sew the coat, right? Produce the coat, and then they add buttons. So, right? But it's intrinsic part of the coat. Pockets too are intrinsic part of the garment. Accordingly, it is permitted to wear a garment outdoors, even if the pockets serve no purpose, right? So it is I'm not talking about this I'm not sure what it's called, like on top garment, like a pocket, but like inside, like or inside of the coat, and from inside you have a special material that is created to create pockets. So even if you're not going to use this pocket, so meaning we say intrinsic, meaning that it is needed by the coat, but it does not matter. You can go out with these pockets. For example, they're empty and does not put your hands in them. Okay, so empty because you're not allowed to carry, but you may so like when it's cold, when it is cold, so we put our hands in the pocket, because men don't wear gloves in the winter. Okay. Similarly, it is permissible to wear a jacket with a hood attached. That's another good example. To it, even the hood is not in use. If the coat contains zipper intended for lining, even if it is lining is not attached. So very good examples. So hood, for example, you have a jacket with a hood, and even if this hood detachable, right? So some jacket has detachable hood. Still, it is an intrinsic part of the garment, and even you have strip linings, right? In strip linings, so you might remove the strip linings, but this zipper from one part is there, right? So, but it's sort of, in some sense, it's sort of no purpose whatsoever, unless you want to attach the lining, but there is no problem. It's considered to be intrinsic part. Okay. Some poskim said that it is also permitted to go outdoors with a garment that has a spare button sewn inside it. Right, as I said, this example is a short. But as we said, some poskim. Okay. But they're of so negligible value. So for sure it's part of the garment. For since the garment are mass produced in this fashion, the spare buttons are considered intrinsic part of the garment, and is permitted to go outdoors with them, even though they serve no purpose. Okay, so meaning that mass production, it's actually help us very much. Why? Because all of the garments is produced in this fashion. So it's not like we edit, like we saw these traditional buttons. No, it was produced like that. So and it's industry standard. So there is no problem. We will later see an additional reason for this to permit this. Okay, and B, and we do B. 1 second. Okay, no, but you know what? I think we can stop here because B is a really different topic. All right, so we can stop here. But as I said, this topic is very long. Yeah, very long. Baruch HaShem, very long, and why? Because it's very practical. Very practical. So unless you learn these things deep inside, right, and then review it and review it and review it, so you would not know what to do. Right, what garments you can wear, and is it decoration like some embroidery, right? This and that. So is it allowed, not allowed? How it was attached, right? All right. So.